Hi everybody, welcome to our home. We're here in sunny Oaxaca, also in quarantine. And after a couple days I decided I better start doing something, so I decided to start teaching again and to teach some of the recipes that you can do at home. This is my son Jesse.
Hello.
And he is going to be learning how to make this dish because this is a recipe that I've had for many years. I actually used to eat it when I lived in Austin, Texas. But what's really good about it is you can use everything up in your refrigerator. If you have little bits of this and that, you can just add it together. We're going to put the written recipe online as well, so don't have to take notes while you watch. You can just watch and see the flow of the recipe. And this is really one of the great things. You can have it for breakfast or for lunch, actually, or even for cena, which is like what we call our evening meal. The first step is you're going to fry the tortillas. You're going to cut them up.
Okay.
And we're using tlayudas today, which are a little more cooked, or you could use soft blondas, or you could use chips that are in your house, or tostadas, anything that you have. It's a great way to use like old tortillas or something. Now you're going to take the green onions,
Okay.
and chop them fine. You can either cut rounds if you want. I mean, lots of times in the kitchen you have just like a little piece of onion or something left over. This is the perfect kind of recipe to use it in. We're also going to use garlic, and I use garlic in almost everything.
Yes.
Tomatoes and tomatillos are also part of this dish. And when I first had it in Texas, it was just tomatoes, but I like to mix the two because the tomatillos give it a little acidity flavor to the dish. We have to add a little spice to the dish, just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, and so it calls for jalapenos in the recipe, but we don't have jalapenos here in the house, so we're just going to use some chili serranos. Let's add some cilantro and parsley.
Beautiful.
Okay, from the garden. In the recipe, it calls for queso fresco, but I have a cheese store, so we're going to use some really nice cheese from the state of Mexico. So now we're going to add 9 eggs. So Jesse, heat up some oil. You can use regular sunflower oil, but I like to use olive oil to have a little more exciting flavor in there. All right. Do this until the onions kind of go, what we say, they go soft or transparent. Add the tomato and the tomatillo all together. You could also, I mean, if you wanted to, you could add bacon, you could add ham, leftover chicken, anything you have left. You can see now that the tomatillos are kind of this dull color, that it's actually changed color. Now you should add the garlic. We're seasoning the saute with the salt and pepper, and then we've also seasoned the egg. So, you know, everything, you should be able to eat every step of the dish with a spoon, and it should be perfectly seasoned. Okay, so now we're going to add the tortillas in. Just do as much as you need. We're going to put the egg in, and this is kind of where it's like a frittata. So what I do is I keep pulling away from the edges to pull some of that cooked egg. Once it starts setting, we're going to put it in the oven. About 375 Fahrenheit.
It's been inside the oven around 17 to 20 minutes now, and it looks
firm.
pretty much cooked. It's firm.
The cheese and then this cilantro parsley mix. So you put cheese, and this can be queso fresco, the Gouda, we're using casa de piedra. So we're going to accompany this with a little bit of frijolitos. Does it remind you of your juventud?
Delicious, Mom. I'll wait for you.
Thanks. Provecho. Provecho, everybody.
Bon
I hope
provecho.
you enjoy it in your house. From our house to your house.
From Mexico.
From Mexico to the mundo. Really, we hope everything goes well with everybody and we get through this all together.
Manos a la obra.
Manos a la obra.